Hey, Frenzy Head Nation, Coach Cole here with you. Getting ready to go over the weekend wrap-up of Season 10, Episode number 6 from this week's picks. I was going to try and wait a little longer because NASCAR is not done yet, but they keep having rain delays for the NASCAR race, so I don't foresee it getting over anytime soon. And hey, you know what? We got evening football, so we got to get the wrap up done before the football game comes on. Anyway, let's see. Let me start with what I do know because I do have this tallies in for my friends over at Laura Havlin. So those I do have. So for you guys, Isaac is the big winner this week with 18 out of the 28 points. And Smithers, 3 peats. That's 3 weeks in a row for Smithers. Gets 22 out of the 28 points. Coach Randolph, you were on par for getting the victory this week all the way up until last couple of games. And then then the score just, as I was getting the final scores in, your score just kind of fell behind a little bit behind Smithers. So there we go. Those are your winners this week. And speaking of winners, we've got, we'll start off with the Week 7 action of high school football. Hard to believe high school football is rolling on and coming close to an end here soon. I believe, I want to say next week. It might be, I'll have to check my schedule. Next week or the week after that. Yeah, it's the week after that. We got 2 weeks left of regular season high school football. But with that being said, Addison Panthers getting the win over Grass Lake. 20-16 was your final in that game. And congratulations goes to the Addison Panthers as they have won the Cascade Conference this season. The Chelsea Bulldogs destroyed the Adrian Maples. 55-0 was your final score in that game. The Blissfield Royals getting the victory over the Erie Mason Eagles. 54-26 was your final on that one. The Britton Deerfield Patriots getting back on their winning ways and getting the victory over Stone Catholic Knights. 30-14 is your final in that game. Clinton wrapping up their conference championship with the big victory over Whiteford, 44-20. Congratulations goes out to Clinton. Bad weekend for the Columbia Central Golden Eagles. The Eagles fell to Dundee in a very bad way. 43-6. The Onstead Wildcats get the victory over the Hudson Tigers. 22-12 was your final score there. And I had this game messed up. I had it reversed. I'm sorry about that, guys. But, yeah, the Hudson was the actual home game, is what I'm trying to say here. Home team. And that was their – yes, Hudson sideline reporter Rich Hallowell didn't even weigh in on the second half of the game. So that's not good news. Morenci Bulldogs got the win over Summerfield. 20-8 was your final score there. I'm sorry, wrong game. My mistake. This is what I meant to say was Madison got the win over the Morenci Bulldogs. correct myself here. Madison gets the win over Morenci Bulldogs. 21-20 was your final score there. Close one in Morenci. Sand Creek gets a huge win over the Summerfield Bulldogs. 40-8 is your final there. And your last high school football game that we had Jackson Vikings stomping all over the Tecumseh Indians. 51-6 was your final in that game. Moving into Week 6 action for our local college teams. We had the Olivet Comets in a close one over the Adrian Bulldogs. 21-17 was your final in that game. And the Siena Heights Saints get back on their winning ways as they dominate the Taylor Trojans. 42-0 was your final in that game. And the Hillsdale Chargers get an overtime victory over the Northwood Timberwolves. 37-30 was your final score in that game. What turned out to be a pretty darn good game. On to our other college teams. It wasn't pretty in the second half, but the Michigan, number 16th ranked Michigan Wolverines still came out on top against the Illinois. 42-25 is your final score there. People that were hoping to see Brendan Peters in action, he was still out on concussion protocol. So Brandon Peters did not play against his former teammates. The Wisconsin Badgers get a huge victory over the East Lansing Burning Couches. And yes, you could smell it in the air. East Lansing was on fire. 38-0, and I'm not talking about the team being on fire. I'm talking about the Burning Couches. 38-0 was your final score there. Wisconsin looking pretty good. So at least Michigan scored on them. I can say that much. Okay, and Alabama getting it done in a pretty easy fashion against the Texas A&M. 47-28 was your final score there. In our afternoon game, which turned out to be a really good game to watch, and it was your first 3-point bonus game. And there was a reason why it was your first 3-point bonus game. We had the number 5 LSU Tigers getting the victory, but not until almost the end of the game over the Florida Gators, 42-28. This game was a lot closer than the score reflects. Great game. These guys, almost the entire game, were scoring back and forth, back to back touchdowns. I really enjoyed watching this game. It was a good game. And it shows what it does show that there's some good ball games out there. And it was your first 3-point bonus game. So if you got LSU for the victory, you got a point. And listening to the LSU coach, if you've ever listened to the LSU coach talk, he has got a true, he's been yelling the entire game voice, even when he hasn't been yelling the entire game. All right, our NFL Sunday action, just the afternoon games, the daily games are wrapping up. We'll have our evening game. But for now, the Cleveland Browns drop another one. They started off good and finished badly. The Seattle Seahawks get the win over the Browns. 32-28 was your final in that game. Excuse me. Surprise one for me, as I'm a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Chiefs fall for their second week in a row. This week they fall to the Houston Texans, which is another team that our classroom follows. 31-24 was your final there. This was not a televised game, so I don't know. I'm not sure what happened to the Chiefs today. I wish I could have seen that game. But maybe I don't want to see that game because obviously I don't want to see what happened in the final. Wouldn't have liked that result very well. Moving on to hockey action, NHL hockey action. Bad weekend for both of my teams as the Montreal Canadiens get the victory over the can't do it like that. The Montreal Canadiens got the win over the St. Louis Blues. 6-3 was your final in that game. And the Toronto Maple Leafs took it to the Detroit Red Wings. This was your second 3-point bonus game this week. 6-2 was your final in that game. AHL minor league hockey action. We had the Milwaukee Admirals getting the victory over the Grand Rapids Griffins. 4-1 was your final in that game. And in the ECHL minor league hockey, we had the Toledo Walleye getting a big win over the Brampton Beasts. 4-3 was your final there. And again, we have we don't have the NASCAR results simply because NASCAR is going to be going over really long tonight, and I plan on being ready to watch some football. Excuse me. Long weekend. On the information front for you guys, we have the new top AP polls out. Michigan State at 16th. Michigan State remained out of it. Alabama's still number 1. LSU's number 2. Other noticeable changes. Anyway, you can look up the rest of those on our Facebook page. Wisconsin was a noticeable one that moved into the top 5. So that's a big one there. Congratulations goes out to the Cumsty girls as they won the cross-country championship. And really, that's about all I have for you right now. Not a whole lot of breaking news this weekend on the Frenzy page, but we'll keep you posted as we have more information for you guys through the nation and through me. Have a great start to your week, guys. We'll see you back here again for the picks edition of the show. Have a great week. Hope everybody week start off great. Have a blessed one, and the coach will talk to you guys again real soon. Take care, everybody.